All right, have you ever thought about a job that's, more than just a paycheck? Something with some real responsibilities, some real excitement? Well, today we're going to break down exactly what it takes to become a certified lifeguard right here in Arizona. So let's just dive right in. Okay, let's start with a number that'll probably get your attention. $21 an hour. Yeah, you heard that right. That's the kind of top-tier pay an experienced lifeguard can pull in here in Arizona. This isn't just a summer gig, folks. It's a serious job with some pretty serious perks. So the pay's obviously great, but let's be real. Being a lifeguard is about so much more than the money. It's about skill. It's about being that calm presence when things get chaotic. So the big question you have to ask yourself is, are you really ready to be the one on watch? So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. We've got 5 key steps. First, the lifeguard opportunity here in Arizona. Then, passing that all-important physical test. We'll take a look inside the training, talk about earning your certification, and finally, the best part, landing your first job. Okay, first up, let's talk about the opportunity itself. So why is now, the perfect time to become a lifeguard in Arizona? It's actually really simple. You are in huge demand. And listen, don't just picture your local community pool. We're talking opportunities everywhere. Think fancy resorts, fun summer camps, those huge water parks, even university athletic centers. The demand is seriously high, and it is all across the state. And here's another really important number for you. 15. That's it. That's the minimum age to get certified. I mean, think about it. That is an incredible chance for a young person to step into a major leadership role way before most of their friends. All right, let's talk about your first big challenge, the physical test. Before you can even think about starting the training, you have to prove you've got the fundamental swimming skills down. And let me tell you, there are absolutely no shortcuts here. So it breaks down into 3 key parts. First, you've got a 300-yard continuous swim. That's all about proving your endurance. Second, you have to tread water for 2 whole minutes using only your legs, no hands. This shows your strength and, just as importantly, your composure in the water. And finally, there's a timed brick retrieval. This is basically simulating a real-life recovery of someone who's gone under. It's definitely tough, but it's tough for a reason. It proves you are ready for the real deal. And hey, don't just take my word for it. We heard from a recent grad, David, who said that passing this test gave him a huge confidence boost. And get this, he landed a job just 2 weeks later. So you see, this test isn't there to weed you out. It's designed to build you up and show you that you can do this. Okay, so you've crushed the physical test. What's next? Now you get to the heart of it all, the training. This is where the magic happens. It's where you go from being just a strong swimmer to a full-blown professional rescuer. And yeah, that transformation, it doesn't happen overnight. We're talking about 26.5 hours of super focused hands-on instruction. It's this perfect mix of intense drills in the water and classroom learning that covers pretty much every single scenario you could possibly imagine. Now, this is where you'll master the actual rescue techniques. You're going to learn really specific stuff, like the difference between rescuing an active victim, someone who's panicked and struggling, versus a passive victim who might be unconscious. You'll even learn how to do a 2-person backboard removal for potential spinal injuries. These aren't just swimming tricks, they are literal life-saving procedures. Next up is, it's arguably one of the most critical things you'll ever learn: how to manage head, neck, and spinal injuries. I mean, one wrong move here can have devastating, lifelong consequences. You'll learn the precise steps to stabilize someone in the water, and that's a skill that requires just absolute focus and calm when the pressure is on. And your job doesn't just stop at the edge of the pool. Not at all. You'll get fully certified in CPR for everyone, adults, kids, even infants. And you'll be trained on how to use an AED. Plus, you'll learn all about first aid, from controlling bleeding to splinting injuries. Basically, you're not just a lifeguard. You are a true first responder. Okay, so you've put in the hours, you've mastered the skills, you've passed all the tests. Now it's time to make it official. It's time to get that certification that every single employer is going to ask for. It's pretty straightforward. The first time you do this, you'll go through the full certification course, and that's good for 2 years. Then, to keep everything up to date, you'll just take a shorter recert course every 2 years. It's a great way to keep your skills sharp and your credentials active. So the big question, what's the investment? Well, the typical tuition for that full initial certification course is going to run you about $395.
The best way to think about it is as your ticket into a really respected and, like we said, well-paying job. And that brings us to the final step, and honestly, the most exciting part, actually putting that brand new certification to work. Your career as a lifeguard officially starts right here. So where can this piece of paper actually take you? Well, you could be working at a chill country club pool, maybe a state park beach, a summer camp out in the pines, or even a big-time university aquatic center. The cool part is, the environment is totally your choice. Your certification is the key that opens all of these doors. And this isn't just, a hypothetical list. These are real places right now actively looking to hire certified lifeguards in Arizona. We're talking big organizations like Arizona State Parks and the YMCA, all the way to places like the DuPont Country Club and high-end resorts. The demand is absolutely real, and they want people with the exact training we've just walked through. So let's circle all the way back to the money, because it's important. There is a really clear path for growth here. Your starting pay is going to be solid, but with some experience under your belt, you can quickly start climbing towards that $21 an hour mark we talked about at the beginning, especially if you get into more specialized roles. So there you have it. You've seen the opportunity, you've seen the challenge, and you've definitely seen the rewards. At the end of the day, being a lifeguard means you're accepting this incredible position of trust and authority. It means you're going to be the person everyone looks to for safety. So the only real question left is, are you ready to own the whistle?